Hey peeps, how are y'all doing? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Yes, today we're going to be covering the evil Satanist, uh, demon, uh, Blossom Brown, Mr. Blossom Brown, aka Mr. Blossom Brown, aka Dumbass Blossom Brown. She's been saying, don't interrupt a black trans woman. Now, is that racist? Absolutely. Really? You're black? Huh. Black? Huh. She just might be. She might be green or orange or pink. Blossom, know you're black. She also has a saying she's a real and supports the medical transgender medical of children. Trying to say exactly what Blossom Brown is a male taking on the physical appearance of a woman. That's exactly what it is. Same as what I'm doing. I'm a biological male taking on the appearance of a female. So I have gender dysphoria. And doing this for me relieves quite a bit of that gender dysphoria. So appear on Pierce Morgan Uncensored the other day with Riley Gaines and Blossom just took over and said, "Don't interrupt a black trans woman." When she gives nobody the opportunity to respond or talk when she gets started, she won't stop. And she claims other people are being race baiting. She claims black trans women can't be racist. Sorry, yes, they can be racist. Whether you're black, white, tan, yellow, whatever ethnicity or race you belong to, anyone in those categories can be racist. And to say otherwise, not everyone in those categories is racist. No, for sure not. But they can be. Racism is just so evil and twisted and deranged. Do you even see what you're doing, Blossom, or do you even care? Because I know deep down you know you're wrong. You know you're wrong, Blossom. Buffalo Bill Blossom, aka Mr. Buffalo Bill Blossom. Do I actually have to say I'm white and I'm trans? Maybe I have to say I'm trans, but it's obvious I'm white. If it's not obvious, and you can actually, your eyes actually work and you can see, it's obvious. And it's obvious we know you're black, Blossom. Those who are blind probably wouldn't know. If you're taking it on the assumption that everybody's blind or just stupid. Sorry. Or not. We know. We know you're pure evil. You're disgusting. And this transgender BS is getting to be a bunch of BS. That's why I don't fit in with the transgender thing. Transsexual, yes. Because those of us who are transsexual are actually going through the medical process to medically, physically transition. And I hope you noticed I didn't say biologically transition, because that can't happen. All we can do is change our outward appearance, and hopefully our voice follows. I know my voice sometimes sounds a little raspy like male when I'm doing these videos. I'm really trying to put effort into it to get better at that. Point is, for us who are really transsexual, we're putting in the effort to fit in as if we were the opposite. Blossom, you act like a man. Wholeheartedly. Full force. All the time. And yes, I get it. Sometimes I have those mannerisms when I'm putting up live streams. And they just get so aggravated with these trans activists and these transgenders about putting out so much to be trans. Say you're trans, they have to be believed. No. To physically transition. Sorry, if you're not doing that, you're not trans. You do not have gender dysphoria. If you don't have gender dysphoria, what is your motivation to transition for? And if you're not transitioning and claiming to be trans, Blossom also wants to try to claim that there's more than two sexes. No, there's not. It's only two. How you define, develop in the womb, and how you were born determines what sex you are. And I'll explain it one more time. You're born either with a penis or a vagina. If you're born with a penis, you're born with the ability or potential ability to create sperm. If you were born with a vagina, you were born with the ability or potential ability to get pregnant and create eggs. That's it. Intersex is not part of it. Intersex is not trans. Intersex is a mix of both secondary male and female characteristics. And once done, having done a chromosome test, we'll find out whether that child, that born new child, is either biologically male or biologically female. Okay, and then people males that are born can have Klinefelter's syndrome, which means they were born with an extra X chromosome. Forget what was in it when girls are born that way. There's something to that too. I'll remember it. I'll talk about it the next time. I'm try to remember this for the next time I put up a live for when it comes to females born with this genetic problem. When it comes down to it, no matter how you're born, whether you're born intersex or not, you're either male or female. When it comes to most over 99% of the world's population, most is obvious, male or female. It's not a assigned gender or an assigned sex. It is what it is. You're either male or female. Assigned, it's biology, it's chromosomes that define it. It's not an assignment. You don't take it home for homework and try to decide. Pretty simple. Two sexes, two genders. And yes, people can have the characteristics of both gender. And most of the population, which is 1%, the gender matches the sex. Because over millenniums, it's the inherent traits that are hardwired in to the biology of male. Go over some of those characteristics, gender characteristics that are primarily in biology for most of the people on the planet. If you are born male, males tend to be more aggressive. Males tend to be the protector. Males tend to be the hunter-gatherer. Females tend to be the nurturer, tend to take care of the home. And what I mean by nurturer, nurturing the children and the significant other and others around her. Those are primary gender traits based on the sex that they were born as, male or female. The only part of gender that is a social construct is clothing and color. And there's others out there that are a social construct that have nothing to do based on one's sex and gender, primary gender. People like me, yes. I was born male and still male. I still have some primary gender traits that are still male. Okay, I still enjoy being a protector. I still enjoy going out into sporting events like hunting. But I also, for whatever reason, have female gender traits. I like to nurture. I like to take care of and be comforting to people the best that I can. I'm not perfect at it. I like to try to show the softer side of myself more than the other. Sometimes it doesn't come out that way. That's just the way some people are. A lot of people have varied traits depending on what's going on. We all do. We all have varied gender traits. Doesn't mean it's not based in biology. A lot of it's based on in how we grow up also, in social influences. Blossom, you're just giving off. You like to try to say you're a lady. You're not. It really did. I'd say 90% of the time it doesn't show. But then again, on this kind of platform is usually how I see you. Doesn't mean off to the side that you don't have those feminine traits, gender traits. Also, by the way you describe yourself, you're forceful. And by the way you act when you're on this social media platforms, you're forceful. You act like a narcissist. Act like because you're black, no one else matters. And that's racism. You don't allow for other people's input unless it matches your own. It's narcissism and racism. The way you act does not appeal to people. It turns them off. They don't like it. Be open to new information. I am. Doesn't mean I'm special. I'm not special. I'm not perfect. But neither are you. The only thing each individual person has is we're the only person of ourselves that ever will be. Awesome. It's time to show care and compassion. Give people the base fundamental dignity and respect that they deserve if you want it. Because the way you're acting, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve the respect. You don't deserve the dignity. You're hurting the trans community. You're everything you're doing is the opposite of what needs to be done. You're hurting the trans community. You are part of the reason why these executive orders that have been put out by Trump have been put out. And it has hurt others in the trans community. It's hurt me because now I can't get the certain medical procedures done. My insurance won't pay for it anymore. And you're part to blame. And why others can't get medical procedures. And the big reasons are that you and others claim that trans women are actual women when we're not. You're not. And the absolute desire to medically transition children. People don't like that. That's butchering. That's child abuse. Plus, you support trans women who are biological men, women's sports and women's locker rooms, which is wrong. The sports thing is wrong. Too many women and girls have gotten hurt, physically hurt, and permanently hurt and injured because of trans women being in women's sports. No matter how far down the road a trans woman goes, it's not going to make it right. It's not going to make our advantages less than what they really are. And they are drastically higher than women's and females and girls. It's been proven in sports so many times. Trans swimmer Leah Thomas. Trans bicyclist, I can't remember her name right offhand, but a trans cyclist, bicyclist. Trans girl, the trans boy the boy at high school that played volleyball claiming she is a girl, trans girl, permanently injured a girl by spiking the ball in her face. The boy said it is trans girl playing basketball injured 4 girls in one game. Fallon Fox, the MMA fighter, fractured the eye socket of a biological woman within the first 39 seconds. So lucky that the girl doesn't have brain damage or didn't get killed. What's it going to take? Is that what it's going to take for a biological female to get killed for you to come around? And I doubt it. Because you worship Satan way too much. You're evil. You're a demon. It needs to stop. If you want the trans thing to get better again, y'all need to stop your crap. Wake up. Reality is not what you say it is. Reality is not what you think it is. You're living in a delusional fantasy world. Women deserve respect and dignity. And certain things, when it comes to women, we don't belong in. We just don't. Belong in it. I know ifs and buts. And that's one thing I'm glad Trump stopped. Is trans women in women's sports. Too many have gotten injured or hurt. and you know it's the truth. Y'all know it's the truth. So you're all gonna say it's a lie. Sit down and shut the F you. You're a liar. Women are not as strong as men. Sorry. That's brain rot, thinking they are. Women are not as strong as trans women. It's brain rot if you think they are or believe they are. Stop making life hard for yourself and others because you know you're doing it willfully and you know you're doing it intentionally because you have hate in your heart. My wish is that you come back to a reality-based life because you can have a better life and you deserve a better life than what you're living, Blossom. Or deserve a better way of living the way you're living. You can be so much better than that. I believe you can. You just have to do it. And you can still be an activist to help trans people. But you got to stop the lies, the manipulation, the racism. Be willing to hear people out if you want to be heard. Because when you force it, people don't want to hear you. People don't care what you have to say. I'd like to listen to what you have to say because maybe you have something well worth saying and me thinking about. But I'm not even going to try the way you're trying to force things. Be open and maybe have your mind changed. I know I am on certain things. Sports things, no. The medically transitioning children, no. I'm not changing my mind on those. Those two I will not change my mind on. Because it's wrong, it's abusive, and it's hateful. Anyway, enough rambling from me. No, it's not really rambling because I'm calling out the crap for what it is. It's crap. It needs to stop. There are trans people out here that are sane and have respect for other people, have respect for women and girls and kids, and don't want to see them harmed, and don't want to see them lose out on things that they could have because of trans women. And they're getting harmed, and they're losing out because of trans women. And that needs to stop. She also claims that Trump put a ban on trans women in sports. No, he didn't. He did not. He put a ban on trans women in women's sports. Trans women can still compete in sports, compete with men, compete in a women's league, start a trans league. They haven't been banned from sports, just banned from competing in sports with women and girls. Anything other than that is a lie. Trans women can still participate in sports, just with the biology that they were born with, or in a mixed league, or in a trans league. Stop your crying, because nobody wants to hear it. It's done. It was done after the first 2 days. It's old and it's tired. And it's worn out. People aren't tolerating it. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of the day. Bye.